It is a rainy day in what is supposed to be legitimately a rainy week. I looked at the forecast and it's supposed to be raining from this day to all the way to next Saturday. So that's fun. As you can see, I was digging up a little bit of dirt to kind of shore up and support my foundation just to make sure that I don't get any water in the basement, especially because there's lots and lots of water coming. We will see how that goes. But because of that, I will have plenty of time to kind of relax inside and read. And what better time to begin this vlog, where I will be reading both of House of Leaves Publishing's two books. So, Scared Sacred and Filtered Reality. I will be reading the book, watching some of the movies that are in here, and just in general talking about these particular novels. And that is all in celebration of their newest Kickstarter that is just about to end by the time I post this video. So please, if you're at all interested, go look into the link in the bio and support women-led independent publishing. These are going to be basically essay books about various horror movie topics. And it should be a great time. Let's see and dive in. So, starting off this one, I just finished the foreword by Doug Bradley, aka Pinhead, or the Hell Priest from the original Hellraiser films. And I just thought I would note that I like that he throws shade at Hellraiser Inferno. Because people say Hellraiser Inferno is good. I say Hellraiser Inferno is bad. So, I love the first four Hellraisers. Obviously, Hellraiser's Bloodlines has some issues, but I love the first four. Number 5, I do not like. No. I am not a fan of Hellraiser Inferno. So I'm glad that they talk about the line between the moralist and people who, indulge in dissecting morality versus those who tell you how to live. And Doug Bradley kind of talks about how he felt like Pinhead went from being a character that dissected morality to being a character who was imposing morality upon the viewer about how to live your life. And that is kind of what happens in Hellraiser Inferno, and why one of the many reasons why I don't really like that movie. So, anyways, strong start. It is really going down that way. It's raining so hard that when Claude was trying to go outside, I opened the door and he went in. It was like, never mind, and came back out. Which has not happened so far. When it's rained other days, I'm like, oh, you want outside? And he never comes back. But this time, he was like, that's too much for me. Too much rain. I'm done. So, at least I got some quiet time to read. But yeah, I'm just kind of listening to the rain, and it's actually kind of like nice little ASMR as I'm reading. So, I've got about a quarter done of this tonight, and I'm finally getting to some chapters where I haven't seen some of the movies. So, I am going to be checking out a few movies tomorrow that will be watched before I get into the next few chapters of this. I'm really, really liking this so far. It's really interesting to dissect pieces of media that you've never really thought too much about. Like, say, Omen. Where does Omen as a piece of media fall politically and culturally and spiritually and all these extra elements that I'd never really thought about before? I've always kind of thought that, there is an element of finding out that religious aspects are real in the Omen and having that encroach on the modernity of like modern life, and then having those two kind of be in conflict. And it's interesting to talk about like where does that fall, how is that enacted in the pop culture, you know relevance of the film, like what do people think about this movie when it came out, and how do various religious organizations interpret the movie. And then also there's some really interesting stuff about martyrs in here, and talking about appropriately enough, the movie Martyr, talking about the Conjuring films and how they are very much regressive in their politics. And I just thought it was really, really good, really well researched. And what's really good about a book like this is there's all of these elements of references and all of the material that they talk about and that they reference are all kind of like backed up here, so that if you did really enjoy like a quote that you read, you could find out where it's from, and it's really laid out well. I have, anyone who has any familiarity with researching academic texts knows that sometimes it's a lot of work to find out what the resources and the references and where to find the specifics can be in a textbook that references a lot of things. So I'm glad to say that this is, easily laid out and easy to find. And yeah, just beautiful, beautiful work, really interesting stuff, and I am really, really liking it. I cannot wait to watch some movies tomorrow and continue to dive in. Because yeah, it's supposed to just keep being grainy, so, I ain't doing much, so. Oh, look at this little shrimp. Mr. Shrimpy. Mr. Shrimpy. Oh, what a claw. Supervised outside time with Claude. This morning, because it stopped raining a little bit. It keeps going on and off, and I think it's going to rain a lot more later on, but luckily, all of my defense tactics for the rain have worked. No water in the basement, and yeah, just enjoying life with the cats. Since this is kind of a vlog, I mean, I haven't really been vlogging, but like most of yesterday, I kind of just didn't do much. It was raining, played some video games, then I went for a walk in the rain, listened to some podcasts, and then read a few chapters of the book, but like I didn't do anything vlog worthy. But today I went thrifting, and oh my god, at the Sally Ann, I never find really good stuff at the Salvation Army, except for now, because I found a freaking giant Warhammer haul, and I know legitimately zero people care about this, but it makes me happy, so I'm just going to show you guys this now, and then we're going to get back to the stuff about being all smart and stuff, reading the books with the big words, okay? Cool. Liz, Codex Space Wolves. It's so pretty. And all these were like $4, and if you know anything about Warhammer pricing, yeah, that's a good deal. It was a good deal. It was a good deal. Oh, look at this little baby. He's just a little baby. Just a little baby. Ugh, this bitch. Necrons. Look at these Necrons. Some of these have like the same images on the cover, but they're not published in the same years, and I believe it's because they're the difference between the 6th edition codex and the 7th edition codex, if I am right. I have to double, triple check that. But yeah, that's why some of these have like very similar artworks, but are not published in the same year and are different. It's just they got the same thing. And like this one is clearly better because it's more bright, and you could see more of his insides. Where's your insides, bro? I just see some like non-distinct stuff, but now I can see it all. Whoa. Whoa. Then some old school Necrons. I mean, this is from like 2011, I think, but look at them Necrons. Look at that. He's like posing. He is like got some energy to him. Beautiful, beautiful boys. I love me my Necrons. Then I got some cool stuff. Ooh, look at this. The Shield of Baal. I don't really know much about this, but if it has anything, I think it has to do with the devastation of Baal, the campaign. I've read the book by Guy Haley on that, and it's like really, really good. So I was excited to find one of the supplements for that. A issue of White Dwarf, which is just cool, from 2014, with a whole bunch of Tyranids. Look at them Tyranids. Oh my goodness, they're so hungry. They're so angry and hungry. The Grey Knights. It's amazing how little... So this Grey Knights Codex is from 2010. So this was made in 2010. you could still buy these models. I am pretty damn sure that they have not updated the baby buggy models since 2010. And like, guys, you gotta change them. They look like they're little baby buggies. Anyways, so yeah, if you're a fan of the Grey Knights, just know you got the same models you did in 2010. The Dark Eldar. They're elves, but they're mean and they torture you and stuff. And they're like, ugh, we're angry goth elves. So I like them. Tyranids, more Tyranids. This is the same thing as with the Necron Codex. I believe this is like for 6th and 7th edition because 7th edition came like only 2 years after 6th, so I think they reused a lot of stuff. Then, oh my god, this is probably the biggest one. I cannot believe I found this. This is an Imperial Armor volume, which is nuts. Which is absolutely nuts. This one like sold for like $300 online like last month, and I got it for $4. Obviously somebody's cat ate it, but like honestly, look at me. Look at this. This is a cat right here. Look at her. She's beautiful and perfect. You think I'm gonna get mad because a cat went ham on this? I mean, I hope it wasn't a man. It'd be weird if it was a man, but like as long as it's a cat, it's fine. Yeah. So yeah, those are my little hauls, and I was very very happy to find that. And I was like, oh my god! And like all of this was just like $50, which is nuts. Oh, I also did find a book. I also found a Warhammer novel by Ben Counter, which in the Space Marine Battles line, and I like these ones because you get to see little dudes on the side and the spines. I like the spines because you get to see the little dudes in their outfits. It's cute. Anyways, back to me reading smart stuff and talking all smart and big. So, quickly after I also, why is Loomis? What are you doing there? There's this, there's that. Why are you in the least cats? Anyways, so yeah, after recording that little haul yesterday, I was like, yeah, life's going good. Cool stuff is happening. And because I believe I have a curse, I believe somebody cursed me. If you did, rude. Can you undo it? Because it seems like every time something cool happens to me, something very bad then happens. Freaking last week, it was like, oh, I got the freaking amazing starter set for the new Warhammer. The day after, my cat dies. I'm like, what the fuck? No. And then today, I find all that other cool stuff. Yeah, I should give you a better look at Miss Moneypenny since I'm telling stories. And she's doing a weird sneer thing. Why are you sneering? Why are you sneering? Why are you sneering? Anyways, so yeah, I found out that there was a leak in my basement after that. Now, we're not talking like a huge leak, so like I'm in my basement right now. Nothing got ruined other than these walls. And that was me doing the ruining. But basically, as you can see, there was like some water that was coming in. Now, I am a little worried that there might also be a thing here, but I really don't want to take this out because here it definitely is. Because as you can see, like the coloration is, dry, and then all that is wet. And that's because like all the freaking water seeped in. And I think because of how the house drains, like I believe that it was all that way. Like, because I think that was all from this. We got like torrential rainfalls, like crazy rainfalls, wild stuff. It like most of the city flooded. So like I got off really lucky. But yeah, the fact that there's a little bit of water coming in, and the fact as it was coming from this finished part, which sucks, but I saved all the insulation and I'll just have to re-drywall this someday. C'est la vie. 'Tis life. But yeah, it was a fair bit of water. You can see it better when I lift up the... Yeah, like it was coming in. And like it wasn't like enough to ruin anything. I didn't notice at the time because there was a bookshelf here. So yeah, first thing I did is I reorganized moved all my bookshelves around and changed the layout down here and tried some very questionable things. Like, I tried to move this upstairs, which I don't know why, because this is now a nicer. This is a better spot because I had it here and I just never used it. I'm gonna move once I fix that. I'm gonna move these guys to the other side of the window and have like these two things here, this thing on the other side. So I'll probably move it over a little bit, and then I'll have some more reading nook here. And then one nice thing is about like reorganizing everything. I've reorganized my movies so that it's like double stacked, all of these shelves, and like genuinely, all of my movies fit on these two shelves now. Like these four shelves. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so all my movies can fit on there. And I can pretty much, because it's double sided. Like there's a whole thing I could do with movies there. And a lot of the book space I have a lot of empty, actually, completely free bookshelves now, because they were all like lined up here and it was all single sided kind of thing, whereas doing it here, putting it in the middle, double siding it means I can put more stuff on there, and more stuff for the bookshelves and stuff. But yeah, so like I'm probably gonna eventually like move all this stuff and everything like that, but luckily like no water got down around here at all. So I'm pretty sure that all of that water was from that, because of how the place drains. Now I guess I'm thinking about that from like the upstairs point of view. But anyways, hopefully this is fine. I did do some caulking with for like all the little visible areas that would have had like water come out of it. I do need to do a Flex Seal, probably get like that. Maybe I'll get that tomorrow or the day after, or maybe next week or something. Like it's not gonna. This has never been a problem before, and it's just becoming a problem because there was a crazy rainfall. So it's not a huge deal. I don't expect it to come up again, but yeah, I do need to get out some Flex Seal and just kind of foompada. I had some left over from when I fixed the other leaks like a while ago, but I didn't fill the didn't cap off the bucket properly. Because yeah, I just need to basically do that, because both of those have had nothing from them. I know it doesn't look good, but like in theory, these would eventually be finished eventually. Maybe, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing with this wall, but anyways, it's not pretty, but it is what it is. But yeah, so like those have had no more leaks in them since doing that. So I do think that that's a fine solution. I just need to get that. But yeah, mine wasn't properly sealed, so it just became a big freaking bucket of rubber. Whoops. Whoop-a-boop. Anyways, yeah, so I was trying to move this upstairs, which was fucking stupid. One, just dumb. That was a terrible idea. There was no reason to do that. I freaking definitely damaged a bunch of things trying to do that, but eventually we got it back down here and it's okay. But yeah, look at that. So I even ripped. This all got ripped up. Yeah, it was not my brightest moment. I got it like halfway up the stairs and I couldn't get any more further, and I was like, oh my god, what am I doing? I cannot do this. And I was getting so angry, and I was like, oh. It's so funny when I'm doing that and getting like angry. Moneypenny just like watches me. She's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I'm like, "Girl, I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at this thing." Although I was kind of mad at Claude because he would not stop meowing, because that's his thing now. He goes meow 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 like a billion times. Although he's nice and quiet now, of course. Anyways, but anyways, he was going ham yesterday, and I got mad. I put him in the other room, the only room with a door in it, so that he would stop meowing while I was trying to get that stuff up. Anyways, what? What's going on? Oh God, she does not get the. Girl, I don't know about you doing that jump. And I know that my parents said that, and people have said that they think that the cats are gonna jump and break the TV, but it hasn't happened yet. With my luck, it could happen tomorrow. Who knows? But so far, I've never even had any close calls. Well, other than I think I'm trying to figure out, was it Walter? Yeah, I think it might have been Walter because Walter was trying to like get on top of it, and then I was like, oh my god, don't do that. But other than that, it's been good. But yeah, it's been a day. So yeah, I've been like taking all that apart and doing all that stuff. So I haven't been reading much, and yeah, I'm just kind of feel dumb and silly that I tried to get that thing upstairs. Very stupid, especially when you're doing it on your own, and because I'm disabled, only half of my body works. Like, what the fuck was I thinking? Glad I didn't do anything. Anyways, no one was hurt. I was in a very, very bad mood and grumpy, and then freaking Moneypenny was like, "Why are you so grumpy? Why are you so grumpy?" And I had to be like, "Girl, I'm not mad at you. I'm just really pissed off at the stupid fucking couch." But honestly, it's better there anyways, because I can just chill and read down there. It's fine. And also, like, it's fine. I think because of like the way that basements are in Regina, I don't know if this is just going to be like a recurring issue. It might be, which is why I might just not end up. I might just start taking off all the finished things and just like have an unfinished basement and deal with them as they come. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the world holds. For now, I don't want to take any more freaking walls down unless I really have to. Although it did give me an excuse to pretend I was Adam Driver from Marriage Story. So there was that. Although I was not able to punch through the drywall. He's strong. That Adam Driver, he's strong. I couldn't do it. I did it once when I was in college. No, high school. I did it once when I was in high school and, couldn't control your emotions very well. And dumb. But yeah. Anyways. So yeah, that's what I've been doing today. I'm probably going to try to get some more reading done. And it was a lot better day today than it was yesterday. But yeah. Haven't got much done at all today, so. Back to reading. Okay, doing a 50% of the way check in with the book, and I'm really impressed by how much I'm learning from this experience. My reading has been slow this week because the rain has really been kind of off and on, and the air pressure has been all kind of wonky, which always sets my brain fog rumbling. But actually, in a book like this, it's actually ends up kind of being a good thing because I can only maybe read one or two of these chapters a day as I'm waiting for the weather to clear. Hopefully the weather clears tomorrow and I'll be able to get some good chunk of reading in. But because of that, I've been able to kind of like internalize and think on a lot of the individual chapters in this, and I'm really learning a lot. Like, there's a lot I've learned about, things like the history of Judaism in Poland, all about Buddhism. I realized I didn't know anything about Buddhism or any of the gender dynamics of Buddhism, which I think is really interesting that I would never ever learn, and how that kind of comes through in various pieces of cinema, and even books. Even chapters that are focusing on movies that I haven't seen are still really interesting to read and really make me want to go out and get into those other movies that I haven't seen. And yeah, I'm just really, really liking it. I thought there was a really great piece about the movies Haxan and Lars von Trier's Antichrist, which I thought was really, really interesting. That kind of like details witchcraft. Misogyny has kind of like dribbled down through the ages from witchcrafts to more medical misogyny, and I just thought it was really, really interesting and intriguing, and kind of like it goes in depth on both of those films. So yeah, I just really, really am learning a lot from this, which is like what you want from a nonfiction book that's really diving into topics. You really want to feel like you are being educated in some way and kind of like learning new perspectives on things. And yeah, I'm really, really liking this book so far. So let me continue. Why? It was a nice day. I was sitting out here but reading, learning about Buddhism and how it relates to Korea, and also how shamanism and Christianity all kind of are in a big mixing pot in Korea due to various occupying forces throughout the years, and how that reflects itself in film. And I'm really enjoying it. And then it started looking like it's about to rain again. And then I look at the thing and it's like, yeah, it's going to rain again. And I was like, it's nice. It was finally a nice day. I was sitting, I was reading. Now there's more rain. But the good thing is, I did check, and the Kickstarter is 95% funded, which is awesome. I really hope they get the last little bit of money, because that would be amazing. But there's only 3 days to go. Blah, blah, blah. And because I'm still only halfway, I'm probably gonna have to, by the end of tomorrow, I'm gonna have to post and post a video if I'm supposed to have any help. Normally, I would have been able to get through a book like this quickly. But again, it's also been a benefit because it's a really good book and it makes you think. And, when it's raining and you get the brain fog, all I gotta do is think, time to think. So, yeah, it works. So, I did just finish Scared Sacred, and yes, I guess this will just be a single vlog, single book vlog. Have not done that, maybe ever, but there is a little bit of a ticking clock as the Kickstarter only has a few days left. Luckily, it has hit its goal. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. But still, if you want to get your hands on a pre-order, it's recommended you go and support the Kickstarter. If it's anything like this book, it's going to be great because, yeah, this was really, really good and really, really interesting. I learned a lot from this book. Now, this is tackling religion from an academic standpoint. So, there are words that I had to look up. I'm not going to lie. There are certain words that I had to look up. But even then, there weren't a whole lot, and it was pretty easily understandable, even if I hadn't seen some of the movies. And I really liked that there was a really wide range of religions covered here. This is not just about Christianity, not just about, Western religions. It also goes into Asian religions and explores Middle Eastern religions and really kind of like runs a gambit of tackling things from very interesting and unique perspectives. And I really, really enjoyed this. I thought this was excellent, and it has been a while since I've really dived into a more intelligent analysis of cinema, and it was really fun to do that and to learn and to get a lot of movies to be put on my radar. There's quite a bit of movies that were covered in this that I just had not read before, so had not seen before. So I was really happy to kind of like dive into that, and I had a really good time with this. It wasn't the best week because it was rainy, 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 but it actually allowed me to kind of sit and enjoy the content of this book. So yeah, definitely recommend supporting the Kickstarter, and I definitely intend to read Weird Sisters Covenant, which is the Kickstarter book, and also Filtered Reality. I just ran out of time for this vlog since it has a, a date. So I definitely will be reading this in the next few months. And if it's anything like Scared Sacred, it's going to be great. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please support the Kickstarter and read awesome books. Hope you had a good day. Bye.